My beloved child, something has just shifted, and if you are hearing this right now, it is not by accident. Today, June 8th, the heavens are no longer silent. For a long time, there has been a stillness, a waiting, a sense that something divine was being held back. You may have felt it in your spirit, those unanswered prayers, those moments when you wondered if God was listening. But what you did see, what you couldn't see, was that heaven was preparing something so powerful, so overwhelming, that it could only be released at the exact appointed moment. And that moment is now. There is a reason your heart feels different today, a reason your spirit feels alert, almost restless. It is because a divine message has just been unlocked, and it carries a weight unlike anything you've experienced before. This is not just another day. This is not just another message. This is a once-in-a-lifetime revelation that has been reserved for those who are spiritually awake, those who are chosen to hear it. And whether you realize it yet or not, you are among them. For weeks, months, even years, things may have felt unclear. Doors close unexpectedly. People walk away without explanation. Plans fell apart just when they seemed certain. You questioned the delays. You questioned the silence. But now, in this very moment, heaven is revealing the truth. None of it was random. Every delay was protection. Every confusion was divine redirection. Every silence was preparation for what is now being spoken. And standing at the edge of this divine unveiling is Archangel Michael. He has not been absent. He has not been distant. He has been watching, guarding, and preparing the battlefield in ways you could never imagine. While you were fighting battles you could see, he was confronting forces you could not. While you were searching for answers, he was ensuring that when the truth arrived, it would not destroy you, but elevate you. Today, his presence is stronger than ever, because what is being revealed requires protection, clarity, and divine authority. Listen carefully, because this is where everything begins to change. There is something hidden that is about to come into the light, something you were never meant to see until now. And when it is revealed, it will leave you speechless, not because it will confuse you, but because it will finally make everything make sense. The pain, the waiting, the unanswered questions, all of it is about to connect in a way that will shake you to your core. But here is the truth most people are not ready to hear. Not everyone will understand this revelation. Not everyone will recognize it. Some will ignore it. Some will doubt it. But you were guided here for a reason. You were meant to hear this at this exact moment because your spirit is ready. So do not scroll away. Do not dismiss this feeling rising inside you. This is the moment heaven has chosen to speak directly into your life. And what God is about to reveal next will change everything you thought you knew. There are moments in time that seem ordinary on the surface, yet in the unseen realm, they carry a weight so profound that they alter the course of lives forever. June 8th is one of those moments. While the world continues its routine, while people go about their day unaware, something extraordinary has taken place beyond human sight. A divine shift, silent, precise, and unstoppable, has just been activated. And if you are hearing this, it means you are standing at the very center of it. For a long time, things may have felt out of alignment. You may have sensed that something wasn't quite right, even when everything looked normal from the outside. There were delays that didn't make sense, emotions that felt heavier than usual, and a lingering feeling that you were waiting for something but you couldn't explain what it was. That feeling was not confusion. It was preparation. Because before heaven speaks, it aligns. Before God reveals, he rearranges. Behind every closed door you experienced, there was a redirection happening. Behind every setback, there was a hidden protection. What felt like rejection was often divine intervention, shielding you from paths that would have drained your spirit or delayed your purpose even further. But because you couldn't see the full picture, it felt like silence. It felt like nothing was happening. And that is exactly where the divine mystery was unfolding. You see, God does not operate on human timelines. What feels like delay to you is often perfect timing in the spiritual realm. While you were asking, why is nothing changing? Heaven was asking, are you ready for what is coming? Because the truth is, what is being released now could not have been received by the version of you from weeks ago, months ago, or even yesterday. Something within you had to shift first. Your spirit had to be strengthened. Your awareness had to deepen. Your heart had to be prepared. And now that preparation is complete, the energy around you may feel different today. Subtle yet undeniable. It may come as a sudden clarity, a quiet realization, or even an unexplainable sense that something is about to be revealed. That is not your imagination. That is the echo of heaven breaking its silence. That is the signal that what was once hidden is now moving into the light. But here is where it becomes even more powerful. This shift was not random, and it was not universal in the way people might assume. It targeted, intentional, personal. This revelation is not being released to everyone at the same time in the same way. It is being given to those who are spiritually positioned to receive it. Those who have endured the waiting without losing faith. Those who have felt the silence but did not turn away. Those who kept searching even when answers seemed far away. You are here because you are one of them. And as this divine shift unfolds, you will begin to notice things that others overlook. Patterns will become clear. Truths will rise to the surface. Situations that once confused you will suddenly make sense in ways that feel almost overwhelming. It will be as if a veil is being lifted, allowing you to see not just what is happening, but why it hath been happening all along. This is the moment where divine timing and human awareness finally meet. But do not mistake this moment for something small or temporary. What is happening right now is not just a passing feeling or a brief realization. It is a turning point, a crossing from confusion into clarity, from waiting into understanding, from silence into revelation. And once you see it, once you truly understand it, there is no going back to the way things were before. However, with this clarity comes responsibility. Because when God reveals something to you, it is not just for your awareness, it is for your transformation. He is an invitation to step into a higher level of understanding, a deeper level of faith, and a more aligned version of your purpose. And that can feel overwhelming if you are not ready to accept it. But you are ready. That is why you are here. And as this shift continues to unfold, the signs will become impossible to ignore. Small at first, almost subtle, but then clearer, stronger, undeniable. You will begin to see evidence that heaven is not just speaking, but guiding, directing, and revealing truths that were once hidden from you. So stay aware, stay open. Because what is about to be shown next is not just a sign that heaven is speaking again, it is proof that it has been speaking to you all along. There are signs that appear so quietly, so subtly, that many people overlook them completely. But for those who are spiritually aware, for those whose hearts are open, these signs feel different. They don't just pass by unnoticed, they linger. They stir something deep within your spirit. And lately, you may have begun to notice them more than ever before. That is not a coincidence. That is the first sign that heaven is speaking again. Perhaps it started with something small, a number that keeps repeating itself in unexpected places, A dream that felt too vivid, too real to dismiss. A sudden thought that came out of nowhere, yet carried a clarity you couldn't ignore. These moments may seem ordinary to others, but to you they feel intentional. Almost as if someone is trying to get your attention. And the truth is, someone is. When heaven breaks its silence, it does not always begin with a loud voice. It often begins with whispers, gentle nudges, patterns that repeat until you can no longer ignore them. And right now, those whispers are becoming stronger. The message is becoming clearer. The signs are becoming more direct. Because the time for waiting has passed, and the time for revelation has begun. You may have also noticed a shift within yourself, a heightened awareness, a deeper sensitivity to the energy around you. Things that once felt normal may now feel out of place. Conversations may seem different. Certain environments may no longer feel right. This is not discomfort without purpose. This is discernment awakening within you. This is your spirit recognizing that something has changed and that you are being guided away from what no longer aligns with your path. And in the midst of all this, there is a presence. A protective, powerful presence that has been walking beside you, even when you didn't realize it. Archangel Michael is not distant in this moment. He is near, closer than ever before. As the heavens open and truth begins to emerge, his role becomes even more critical. He stands as a guardian of this revelation, ensuring that what is meant for you reaches you clearly, without distortion or fear. You may not see him, but you can feel the effects of his presence. A sudden sense of peace in the middle of uncertainty. That unexplainable protection when something should have gone wrong, but didn't. That quiet strength that rises within you when you feel like giving up. These are not random experiences. They are signs that you are being guided and protected as this divine message unfolds. But here is where the message begins to deepen. The signs you are receiving are not just to get your attention. They are preparing you for truth. A truth that may challenge what you once believed. A truth that may reveal things you were not expecting. Because when God begins to speak again after a season of silence, he does not hold back. He reveals what needs to be seen. He uncovers what needs to be understood. And sometimes it means bringing hidden things into the light. You may feel a sense of anticipation building within you. A feeling that something is about to be revealed, something important, something life-changing. That feeling is not misplaced. It is the confirmation that you are aligned with this moment, that you are ready to receive what is coming. But you must remain attentive. Do not dismiss the signs as coincidence. Do not silence the inner voice that is trying to guide you. Because the more you pay attention, the clearer the message will become. The more you trust what you are sensing, the stronger your connection to this revelation will grow. This is how heaven speaks when it breaks its silence. Not all at once, but in layers. First the signs, then the understanding, and finally the truth. And that truth is closer than you think. Type "I receive the message" in the comments if you feel these signs appearing in your life. Blessing code 369 is now activated over your path. And as this sacred moment unfolds, understand this. When you choose to respond, when you choose to stay connected and help this message reach others, you become part of something greater than yourself. This is not just a message for you. It is a light meant to reach souls who are still searching in the silence. As it is written, those who sow in tears shall reap in joy. And today, your support becomes a seed that carries this revelation into the lives of others who are waiting to hear it. I feel led to say this clearly. If this message has touched your spirit, if you feel something awakening within you, then this is your moment to act. Your offering, given through Super Thanks or through the PayPal link in the description or QR code, is not just support, it is obedience. It is alignment with the very revelation you are receiving right now. As you give, may doors open for you. May clarity increase. May blessings flow back into your life in ways you did not expect. Do not hesitate. Step into this moment. Sow into the light. And watch what heaven begins to release into your life. There comes a moment when truth can no longer remain buried. A moment when everything that has been concealed, ignored, or deliberately hidden begins to rise to the surface with undeniable force. That moment is now. What is happening in your life is not random, and it is not accidental. It is the unfolding of a divine exposure. What was once hidden is now being revealed, and the clarity that follows will change everything. You may have already started to sense it. Subtle at first, almost unnoticeable. A feeling that something is deading up. A realization that certain situations, certain people, or even certain beliefs no longer feel as they once did. What used to seem trustworthy may now feel questionable. What once felt stable may now feel uncertain. This is not confusion. It is revelation beginning to take form. When God decides to reveal the truth, He does so with precision. Nothing is exposed without purpose. Nothing is brought into the light without reason. And sometimes, the truth is not easy to accept, because it challenges illusions. It disrupts comfort. It forces you to see things not as you wished they were, but as they truly are. There may be people in your life whose intentions are not what they appeared to be. Situations that seem genuine may now reveal hidden motives. Even your own past decisions may come into a new light, allowing you to see where you were misled, where you ignored signs, or where you trusted too quickly. This is not meant to bring guilt or fear. It is meant to bring clarity, because clarity is freedom. And right now, you are being freed from illusions that have held you back for far too long. This is where the presence of Archangel Michael becomes even more powerful. As truth rises, so does resistance. As light begins to expose darkness, there are forces that attempt to create confusion, doubt, or fear within you. But this is where divine protection surrounds you. Archangel Michael stands as a shield, cutting through deception, removing fear, and ensuring that what is revealed to you comes with understanding, not chaos. You may feel moments of emotional intensity during this time. Sudden realizations that hit you deeply. A sense of shock when something becomes clear that you never expected. This is part of the process. When truth arrives, it often shakes the foundation of what you once believed. But do not mistake that shaking for destruction. It is reconstruction. It is the breaking away of false foundations so that something stronger, something real, can take its place. And here is the deeper truth that many are not ready to accept. Some things had to remain hidden until now because you were not ready to see them before. If certain truths had been revealed earlier, they may have overwhelmed you, discouraged you, or even led you away from your path. But now, you are stronger. Now, you are prepared. Now, you can see clearly without losing yourself. This is why the timing of this revelation is so precise. You are not the same person you were before. You have grown, even in ways you didn't notice. You have endured, even when you felt like giving up. And because of that, you are now in a position to receive truth without fear. But as this exposure continues, you must be careful of one thing: resistance. There is a natural tendency to hold on to what feels familiar, even when it is no longer right. To question what is being revealed because it challenges your comfort zone. But this is not the time to resist. This is the time to observe, to reflect, and to accept what is being shown to you. Because every truth that is revealed carries a purpose. Some truths are meant to guide you away from what is no longer meant for you. Some are meant to correct your path, and some are meant to awaken you to a level of understanding you have never reached before. But all of them are leading you toward something greater. You may not fully understand everything yet, and that is okay. Revelation does not come all at once. It unfolds in layers. What you are seeing now is only the beginning. There is more that is about to be uncovered, more that will soon make sense in ways you cannot yet imagine. So stay grounded, stay aware, and most importantly, stay open. Because what is being revealed next will not just show you the truth about others, it will reveal something powerful about your own path that you have been waiting to understand. Listen closely, because what you are about to hear is not general, it is not random, and it is not meant for just anyone. This message is being directed to you right here, right now, in this very moment. Out of all the noise in the world, out of all the distractions that could have pulled your attention away, you are still here. That alone is confirmation that this message carries something your spirit has been waiting for. God is not silent anymore, and what He is saying to you carries urgency. You have been walking through a season where things felt uncertain, where clarity seemed just out of reach. You asked for signs, you searched for direction, and at times you questioned whether you were on the right path at all. But hear this clearly, you were never lost. Not for a single moment. Every step you took, even the ones that felt like mistakes, were still within the boundaries of divine guidance. But now, something is shifting within you, and God is calling your attention to it. He is saying, it is time to see clearly. There are things you have been tolerating that no longer align with your purpose. Situations you have been holding onto out of habit, fear, or comfort. You told yourself it was easier to stay than to face the unknown. But what you didn't realize is that staying where you are no longer meant to be has been blocking what is trying to come into your life. This is the moment of decision. God is revealing that there is more for you, but to receive it, you must be willing to release what no longer serves you. And this is not always easy, because sometimes what you need to let go of is something you once prayed for, something you once believed was right for you. But seasons change, and so does purpose. What was right for you before may not be right for you now, and that truth can feel uncomfortable. But do not let discomfort confuse you. Discomfort is often the first sign of transformation. It is the signal that something within you is evolving, that you are being stretched beyond your old limitations, that you are being prepared for something greater than what you have known before. God is also saying this to you. Stop doubting what I have placed inside you. There is a calling within you that you have been hesitating to fully embrace. A voice inside you that keeps speaking, but you have been quieting it with fear, with overthinking, with uncertainty. You have been waiting for perfect conditions, for absolute confirmation, for a moment where everything feels safe and clear. But that moment may never come the way you expect. Because faith does not grow in certainty, it grows in trust. And right now, you are being asked to trust more deeply than ever before. To move forward even when you cannot see the full picture. To listen to that inner guidance even when it challenges your logic. Because what is being placed before you is not meant to be understood completely, it is meant to be followed. And as you begin to take those steps, you will start to see things shift in ways that feel almost unbelievable. Doors that were once closed will begin to open. Opportunities will appear where there were none before. Connections will form that align perfectly with where you are meant to go. But none of this can happen if you remain where you are out of fear. This is why the message is urgent, because the window of this revelation is open now. The clarity you are receiving is not something to ignore or postpone. It is something to act upon. Even if the steps feel small, even if the direction feels uncertain, movement is required. And you are not being asked to do this alone. Archangel Michael is still present, guiding you, protecting you, and clearing the path ahead of you. When you feel doubt rising, when you feel fear trying to hold you back, remember that you are not navigating this on your own strength. There is divine support surrounding you at every step. But you must choose to move. You must choose to listen. You must choose to trust what is being revealed to you right now. Because this message is not just about awareness, it is about action. And what you choose to do in this moment will determine what unfolds next in your life. So take a breath, listen deeply, and ask yourself honestly, what is God showing me that I have been afraid to accept? Because the answer to that question is the key to everything that is about to change. There are moments in life that pass quietly, leaving little impact. And then there are moments like this, moments that carry the power to shift your entire path, to redirect your future, and to awaken something within you that cannot go back to sleep. This is one of those moments. What is being revealed to you right now is not just information. It is transformation in motion. You may not fully realize it yet, but something deep within you has already begun to change. The way you see things is evolving. The way you respond to situations is shifting. Even the way you feel about your own life is starting to move in a new direction. This is not coincidence. This is the effect of divine revelation entering your awareness. Because once truth is revealed, you cannot unsee it. And that is why this moment is so powerful. Up until now, there may have been a part of you that was uncertain, hesitant, or even stuck. You may have been waiting for clarity, waiting for a sign, waiting for something to confirm what you felt deep inside. And now that confirmation is here. But with confirmation comes responsibility. Because when you are shown the truth, you are also given a choice, whether to act on it or to ignore it. And that choice changes everything. If you choose to act, you step into alignment with a higher version of your life. You begin to move with purpose, with direction, with clarity that was not available to you before. But if you choose to ignore it, if you choose to stay where it feels safe and familiar, then the same patterns will continue to repeat. This is the turning point. You are standing at a crossroads between what has been and what is about to be. And the direction you choose will determine the experiences that follow. This is not meant to pressure you. It is meant to awaken you, to help you see that your life is not fixed. It is responsive. It shifts based on the choices you make when truth is placed in front of you. And right now, truth is standing right in front of you. There is also something deeper happening beneath the surface. Your purpose is being activated in a new way. For a long time, you may have felt like you were searching for your purpose, trying to understand what you are truly meant to do, what direction you are meant to go. And while you may not have had clear answers before, this moment is beginning to unlock that understanding. Not all at once, but step by step, piece by piece. Because purpose is not always revealed in a single moment. It unfolds through alignment. And alignment is what this moment is bringing into your life. You may begin to feel drawn toward things that you didn't consider before. Ideas, paths, or opportunities that suddenly feel right, even if they don't fully make sense yet. Pay attention to that. That is not random. That is guidance. That is the beginning of your path becoming clear. At the same time, you may also feel a distance growing between you and certain aspects of your current life. Things that once felt comfortable may now feel limiting. Conversations that once felt normal may now feel out of place. This is not loss. It is transition. It is the natural process of outgrowing what no longer aligns with who you are becoming. And yes, this process can feel uncomfortable. Change always does. But discomfort is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that something is shifting. It is the feeling of growth, of expansion, of stepping beyond your old boundaries into something new. And while it may feel uncertain at times, it is leading you exactly where you are meant to go. This is why this moment could change everything. Because it is not just about what you are learning. It is about who you are becoming. And as you continue to move forward, as you continue to follow what is being revealed to you, you will begin to notice something remarkable. Things will start to align in ways that feel almost too perfect to be coincidence. The right people will appear at the right time. The right opportunities will open when you are ready for them. The right insights will come exactly when you need them. This is what happens when you move in alignment with divine timing. And you are stepping into that alignment right now. But remember this: alignment requires trust. You may not see the entire path ahead of you. You may not have all the answers. But you do not need them. You only need to trust the step that is in front of you. To move when you feel guided. To listen when something within you speaks. Because you are not being led blindly. You are being led intentionally. And as long as you continue to follow that guidance, as long as you remain open to what is being revealed, this moment will not just pass by as another day. It will become the moment everything began to change. There is a force working alongside this moment that many cannot see, yet its presence is undeniable to those who are spiritually aware. As truth begins to rise, as clarity begins to break through the confusion, there is a divine protector ensuring that this revelation reaches you exactly as it is meant to. That protector is Archangel Michael, and his role in this moment is more powerful than ever before. You are not experiencing this awakening alone. While you have been navigating uncertainty, questioning what you feel, and trying to make sense of everything around you, Archangel Michael has been standing guard over your path. Not passively, not from a distance, but actively. Engage, protecting you from forces that could have distracted you, delayed you, or even discourage you from reaching this exact point of clarity. There were moments when things could have gone very differently in your life. Moments when you were closer to the wrong path than you realized. Moments when a single decision could have led you into confusion, into pain, or into situations that would have pulled you away from your purpose. But somehow, things shifted. Something intervened. And you found yourself redirected, even when you didn't fully understand why. That was not luck. That was protection. Archangel Michael operates as a warrior of truth, a guardian of divine order. And when a revelation like this is being released, one that has the power to transform your understanding and redirect your life, his presence becomes essential. Because not every force welcomes truth. Not everything in the unseen realm supports clarity. When light begins to shine, it naturally exposes what was hidden. And that exposure can create resistance. But this is where you are shielded. You may have felt moments recently where fear tried to rise within you. Doubts that seemed to come out of nowhere. Thoughts that questioned what you were beginning to understand. This is part of the resistance that often appears when truth is near. But notice something important. Those feelings did not stay. They may have appeared briefly, but they did not take control of you. That is because you are being protected. Archangel Michael does not just stand beside you. He actively clears the path ahead of you. He removes obstacles that you cannot see. He cuts through confusion that tries to cloud your thinking. He strengthens your spirit so that when truth arrives, you are able to receive it with clarity instead of fear. And right now, His presence is guiding you through this exact moment of revelation. You may begin to notice it more clearly if you pay attention. A sudden sense of calm when you expected anxiety. A feeling of confidence in a decision that once felt uncertain. A quiet inner strength that seems to rise exactly when you need it. These are not random emotional shifts. These are signs that you are being supported, that you are not walking through this process alone. But here is what you must understand about His role. Archangel Michael can guide, protect, and clear the way, but he does not force your choices. You still have free will. You still have the ability to decide whether you follow the guidance you are receiving or whether you turn away from it. And this is where your awareness becomes critical. Because the more aware you are of this divine presence, the more aligned your decisions will become with the path that is opening for you. This is not about blind belief. It is about recognition. Recognition that there is more happening around you than what you can physically see. Recognition that the clarity you are receiving is being supported and protected. Recognition that the strength you feel is not coming from you alone. It is being reinforced by a higher power that is invested in your growth, your safety, and your purpose. And as this revelation continues to unfold, that support will remain. But you must stay connected. You must stay aware of what you are feeling, what you are sensing, what is being shown to you. Because the more you acknowledge this presence, the stronger your connection to it becomes. The more you trust it, the clearer your path will appear. This is a partnership between you and the divine. And in this moment, Archangel Michael is not just observing your journey, he is actively walking it with you, ensuring that what is meant to reach you does so without interference, without distortion, and without delay. So when you feel that quiet strength rise within you, trust it. When you sense that calm clarity guiding your decisions, follow it. Because that is not just your intuition speaking. That is divine protection leading you exactly where you are meant to go. There are moments when guidance comes gently, like a whisper carried on the wind. And then there are moments when it comes as a warning, clear, direct, and impossible to ignore. This is one of those moments. What is being revealed to you is not only meant to guide you forward, but also to caution you. Because while this is a time of awakening and clarity, it is also a time where the wrong choice could keep you bound to cycles you were meant to break. You have come too far to turn back now. Everything you have experienced, the waiting, the confusion, the lessons, the growth, has brought you to this exact point for a reason. But now that you are here, there is something you must understand. Awareness without action leads to stagnation. Seeing the truth, but choosing to ignore it will not leave you where you are. It will pull you backward into patterns that become even harder to escape. This is the warning. There may still be areas in your life where you feel tempted to go back to what is familiar. Old habits that feel comfortable. People who no longer align but still hold emotional weight. Situations that you have outgrown, yet still feel drawn toward because they are known to you. This is where the test begins. Because not everything that feels familiar is meant to stay. And not everything that feels comfortable is meant for your growth. If you ignore what is being shown to you right now, if you silence the clarity that is rising within you, you risk delaying the very breakthrough you have been waiting for. You risk staying in a place that no longer serves your purpose. And over time, that misalignment will begin to feel heavier, more draining, more difficult to carry. This is not meant to instill fear. It is meant to awaken responsibility. Because now you know. You can feel the difference between what aligns and what doesn't. You can sense when something is right and when it is not. And once that awareness is activated, you cannot return to unconscious living without consequences. Ignoring truth does not make it disappear. It only makes the journey more difficult. There is also another layer to this warning that you must not overlook. Not everyone around you will understand this shift. As you begin to change, as your awareness deepens, as your decisions start to reflect a higher level of clarity, there may be resistance from others. Some may question you. Some may doubt you. Some may even try to pull you back into the version of yourself that they are comfortable with. But you must be careful not to let their lack of understanding become your limitation. You are not meant to stay the same just to make others comfortable. This is your path, your calling, your moment. And staying aligned with it may require you to step away from certain influences, to create distance where necessary, and to protect your energy in ways you haven't before. This is not rejection. It is refinement. It is the process of ensuring that what surrounds you supports where you are going, not where you have been. Archangel Michael's presence is especially strong here, because this is where spiritual protection becomes essential. As you make choices that align with truth, as you step away from what no longer serves you, there may be moments where doubt tries to return. Moments where you question if you are doing the right thing. But this is where you must stand firm. Because you are not being guided into confusion. You are being guided out of it. The path ahead may not always feel easy, but it will feel right. And there is a difference between the two. Easy paths often keep you where you are. Right paths lead you where you are meant to be. So do not ignore this warning. Do not silence what you are beginning to understand. Do not allow temporary comfort to replace long-term alignment. Because what is at stake is not just a moment. It is your direction. And the choice you make now will echo into everything that follows. Type "I choose truth" in the comments if you are ready to walk in alignment with what is being revealed. Blessing code 818 is now activated over your journey. And as this truth settles into your spirit, hear this as part of your calling. This message is not meant to stop with you. It is meant to flow through you like a river of light. When you choose to support this mission through Super Thanks or through the PayPal link and QR code provided, you are not just giving. You are releasing oil into the lamp of countless souls still walking in darkness. The word declares, "Give, and it shall be given unto you." And this is your moment to activate that promise. I feel this deeply. I am stepping forward to become a vessel of this message. As you sow into this ground, may your life be watered with unexpected favor. May doors open that no one can shut, and may clarity follow you wherever you go. This is not a casual act. It is a prophetic movement aligned with what God is doing right now. Do not wait. Step into this divine flow. Give as you are led, and watch how heaven responds. As powerful as this moment is, as intense as the truth may feel, there is something even deeper woven into everything that is being revealed to you right now. Beneath the exposure, beneath the clarity, beneath even the warning, there is a blessing. A hidden blessing that could not reach you until now. A blessing that required everything you have gone through to finally be released into your life. This is the part many people miss. When truth begins to surface, when things start to shift and change, it is easy to focus on what is being removed, what is falling away, what no longer fits. But what you must understand is this: every removal creates space, and that space is not meant to remain empty. It is meant to be filled with something greater, something aligned, something purposeful, something meant specifically for you. You may not see it fully yet, but the very things that are being revealed to you, the truths that are making you pause, reflect, and even question, are the same things that are clearing the path for your next level. Without this clarity, you would not recognize the blessing when it arrives. Without this exposure, you might have missed it completely. That is why this moment is so important. Because the blessing is not separate from the revelation. It is hidden within it. There are opportunities that are about to come into your life that you were not ready for before. Connections that will align with your purpose in ways you could not have predicted. Moments of favor that will feel almost unexplainable, as if things are suddenly falling into place without force or struggle. But these blessings require one thing from you: alignment. They cannot fully enter your life if you are still holding on to what has already been shown to you as misaligned. They cannot settle into your path if there is no space for them to grow. This is why everything you are experiencing right now is happening first. It is preparation. It is clearing. It is making room. And once that room is created, the flow begins. You may start to notice small shifts at first, subtle changes that seem almost too simple to matter. But do not underestimate them, because blessings often begin quietly. A new idea, a sudden opportunity, a conversation that leads somewhere unexpected. These are the early signs that something greater is beginning to unfold. And as you continue to stay aligned, as you continue to trust what is being revealed, those small shifts will grow into something much more significant. This is where your faith is tested in a different way. Not in waiting, but in receiving. Because sometimes, after a long period of struggle or uncertainty, receiving can feel unfamiliar. You may question it. You may hesitate. You may wonder if it is too good to be true. But this is where you must remember everything you have come through. You have been prepared for this. The same strength that carried you through confusion will now help you step into clarity. The same resilience that helped you endure will now allow you to receive without fear. And the same guidance that brought you here will continue to lead you forward. This is not luck. This is alignment meeting opportunity. And Archangel Michael's presence remains with you even here, not just as a protector, but as a guide ensuring that what comes into your life aligns with truth. That what appears is not a distraction, but a genuine blessing. That what unfolds is not temporary, but meaningful. You are not stepping into something random. You are stepping into something intentional. And as this blessing begins to take form, you may find yourself looking back at everything you once questioned and finally understanding it. The delays, the confusion, the moments that felt uncertain, they will begin to make sense in a way that brings peace rather than frustration. Because you will see that nothing was wasted. Every experience shaped you. Every moment prepared you. Every step brought you closer to this exact point where you are now ready to receive what is meant for you. So do not rush this process. Do not doubt what is beginning to unfold. Stay present. Stay aware. Stay aligned. Because what is coming into your life is not just a reward. It is a continuation of the path you have been prepared to walk. And this time, you will recognize it when it arrives. Because now you can see clearly. Now that the truth has begun to unfold, now that clarity is rising and the path ahead is becoming visible, there comes a moment where understanding must turn into action. This is that moment. Because everything you have received so far, every realization, every shift, every sign, has been leading you to a single question. What will you do with it? This is not a time to remain still. There is a difference between waiting and pausing with purpose. Waiting comes from uncertainty, from not knowing what to do next. But you are no longer in that place. You have been shown enough to take a step forward. It may not be the entire path, but it is the next step. And that is all you need right now. The first thing you must do is acknowledge what has already been revealed to you. Do not minimize it. Do not question it unnecessarily. What you have felt, what you have seen, what has become clear to you, it is real. Too often, clarity is dismissed because it does not arrive in the way people expect. But truth does not need to be dramatic to be powerful. Sometimes, it comes quietly, yet carries a certainty that cannot be ignored. Honor that certainty. The second thing you must do is create space for what is trying to enter your life. This means making decisions that may feel uncomfortable at first. Letting go of habits that no longer serve you. Creating distance from situations that drain your energy. Releasing attachments that are rooted in fear rather than growth. This is not about loss. It is about preparation. Because what is meant for you cannot fully enter your life if there is no room for it to exist. And creating that space is something only you can choose to do. The third thing you must do is begin to move, even if the steps feel small. Action does not always mean making a dramatic change overnight. Sometimes, it means making a quiet decision and committing to it. Sometimes, it means shifting your focus, adjusting your priorities, or choosing to respond differently than you would have before. These small movements create momentum, and momentum is what transforms intention into reality. Do not underestimate the power of a single step taken with clarity. There is also something important you must remember as you begin to move forward. Not every step will feel certain. There may be moments where you question if you are doing the right thing. Moments where the path feels unclear again. But this is where trust becomes essential. You are not being asked to have complete certainty. You are being asked to trust the direction you are being guided in. Because clarity is not always about seeing the entire path. It is about recognizing the next step and having the courage to take it. And as you do, something remarkable begins to happen. The path that once felt uncertain begins to respond to your movement. New insights appear. New opportunities emerge. The direction becomes clearer not before you act, but because you act. This is how alignment works. It is not something you wait for. It is something you step into. Archangel Michael's presence continues to support you here, especially as you begin to take action. Because movement attracts resistance. When you start to shift, when you start to change, there may be moments where doubt tries to return, where fear attempts to slow you down. But this is where you must remain grounded in what you already know. You are not moving blindly. You are moving with guidance. Every step you take in alignment with truth strengthens that guidance. Every decision you make with awareness deepens your connection to it. And over time, what once felt uncertain becomes natural. What once required effort becomes instinct. But it begins with this moment, this decision, this willingness to act on what has been revealed to you. So ask yourself honestly, what is the first step I know I need to take? It may be something you have been avoiding, something you have been delaying, something you have been hoping would resolve itself without your involvement. But deep down, you already know what it is, and that knowing is your direction. Do not wait for another sign to confirm what has already been made clear. Do not delay what you are ready to step into, because this moment will not repeat itself in the same way. The clarity you feel right now, the awareness that has been activated, it is here for a purpose, and that purpose requires movement. So take the step. Trust what you feel. Follow what has been shown to you. Because what you do right now will shape everything that comes next. There is always a final layer to every divine message, a depth that cannot be understood at the beginning, a truth that only reveals itself once you have been prepared to receive it. You have walked through the signs, the clarity, the exposure, the warning, and the call to action. And now, you are standing at the threshold of the deepest understanding this moment carries. This is where everything comes together. What God is revealing to you right now is not just about your circumstances. It is not just about the people around you, the decisions in front of you, or even the path you are walking. It is about you, who you truly are, and who you are becoming. Because beneath every delay you experienced, beneath every moment of confusion, beneath every challenge that tested your strength, there was a transformation taking place within you. You were being shaped. There is a version of you that existed before all of this, a version that questioned more than it trusted, that hesitated more than it acted, that looked outward for answers instead of inward for truth. That version of you was necessary for the journey, but it was never meant to remain. And now, you are stepping into a new version of yourself. A version that sees clearly, that recognizes truth when it appears, that does not ignore what is felt deep within. A version that understands that divine guidance does not always come with complete explanations, but it always comes with purpose. This is the final layer of the revelation. You were never just waiting for answers, you were becoming someone who could receive them. And that changes everything. Because once you understand this, you stop looking at your past as something that held you back, and you begin to see it as something that prepared you. You stop questioning why things didn't happen sooner, and you start recognizing why they couldn't have happened any earlier. You were not ready then, but you are ready now. And this readiness is what allows the revelation to fully take root within you. There is also something deeper that you must understand in this moment. The clarity you are receiving is not temporary. It is not something that will fade once this moment passes. It is something that becomes part of you, a new level of awareness that will shape how you see, how you decide, and how you move forward from this point on. You will not return to who you were before, because you cannot unknow what you now understand. And that is where true transformation begins, not when you receive information, but when that information changes the way you exist. You may begin to notice this in subtle ways. The way you respond to situations will be different. The way you interpret things will shift. You will no longer feel the same pull toward what once distracted you, because your awareness has moved beyond it. This is growth at its deepest level, and it is happening within you right now. Archangel Michael's role in this final layer is to ensure that this transformation remains protected. Because as you step into this new level of awareness, it becomes even more important to guard it. Not everyone will understand it. Not everyone will resonate with it. And that is okay. You are not meant to shrink your awareness to fit into spaces that no longer align with you. You are meant to grow into who you are becoming. And as you do, you will naturally find yourself drawn toward environments, people, and opportunities that reflect this new version of you. Things will begin to align not because you are forcing them, but because you are now in a state where alignment happens naturally. This is the power of transformation. It does not just change what you experience, it changes what you attract. But there is one final truth that must be spoken. This revelation was not meant to stay with you alone. What you have received, what you have understood, what has been awakened within you, it carries a purpose beyond your own life. There are others who are still in the place you once were, still waiting, still questioning, still searching for clarity. And through your awareness, through your growth, through the way you now live and move, you become a reflection of what is possible for them. This is how divine messages continue to move, not just through words, but through people who embody them. And now, you are one of those people. So stand in this truth. Embrace what has been revealed. and recognize that this moment is not just the end of a message, it is the beginning of a new way of being that will shape everything that comes next. Beloved soul, now that the truth has been revealed, now that the silence has been broken and clarity has taken its place, there is something gentle that begins to settle over your spirit. A calm, a quiet understanding, a peace that does not come from knowing everything but from finally knowing enough. This is the peace that follows revelation. It is not loud. It does not demand attention. It simply arrives and rests within you. You may feel it right now. That subtle release of tension, that quiet sense that something within you has shifted, and that you are no longer carrying the same weight you were before. The questions that once felt heavy may still exist, but they no longer control you. The uncertainty that once felt overwhelming has softened into trust, because now you understand something you did not fully grasp before. God was never silent. Even in the moments where you felt alone, even in the times where nothing seemed to make sense, there was always movement happening beyond what you could see. There was always guidance, always protection, always a plan unfolding in perfect timing. And now you have seen it. Not all at once, not in a way that overwhelms you, but in a way that strengthens you. This is why peace follows revelation. Because when truth is revealed in the right time, it does not create chaos, it creates alignment. It brings your thoughts, your emotions, and your spirit into a place of harmony where you no longer feel divided within yourself. You are no longer searching in the same way. You are no longer questioning in the same way. You are no longer waiting in the same way. Because something within you knows that you are being guided, and that knowing changes everything. As you move forward from this moment, carry this peace with you. Let it become your foundation. Let it guide the way you respond to challenges, the way you make decisions, and the way you see your own life. Because even when new questions arise, even when new paths begin to unfold, this peace will remind you that you are not walking blindly. You are walking with divine direction. And Archangel Michael remains with you, not as a distant figure, but as a constant presence of protection and strength. As you continue on your path, you will feel that guidance in moments when you need it most, in decisions that require courage, in situations that require clarity, in times where you need to stand firm in what you now understand. You are not alone in this journey. You never have been, and you never will be. So take a deep breath and allow yourself to rest in this moment. Not because everything is finished, but because something important has been completed within you. A shift, an awakening, a realization that will continue to unfold in your life in ways you cannot yet fully imagine. And as you carry this peace forward, remember this: you were chosen to hear this message. You were guided to this moment. And what hath been revealed to you today was always meant to find you. Type "I walk in peace" in the comments if you receive this with an open heart. Blessing code 1444 is now released over your life. And now, as this peace settles into your spirit, hear this as a sacred invitation woven into the very message you have just received. What has flowed into you is not meant to stop here. It is meant to become a river that reaches others who are still waiting in silence. The word declares, "Give, and it shall be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over." And this is your moment to activate that living promise. I feel this deeply within. I am sowing into this divine movement so others can hear what I have heard. When you release your seed through Super Thanks or through the PayPal link and QR code placed in every video, you are not just giving. You are igniting light in places where darkness has lingered too long. This is a prophetic act, a step of obedience that aligns you with the very flow of heaven that has just spoken into your life. As you give, may peace multiply within you. May doors open without resistance. May favor locate you in ways that leave you in awe. This is not a suggestion. It is a divine instruction flowing from this moment. Step forward, so into the light, and watch how heaven responds.